Ian Doyle be released.
I am.
And you're the only agent who has not requested reinstatement to the unit.
Mm-hmm.
Was the decision to release Ian Doyle a personal one?
A young boy's life was at stake. I ran the probability of his survival, and it wasn't good. If you want to punish me for taking a risk, then I encourage you to do that. But do not put the rest of my team on trial for something that I suggested.
Calm down, Agent.
This is calm, and it's Doctor.
No, we are not letting him out of here, Reid.
Emily, I will chain myself to him if I have to.
He'll find a way to escape.
No, he won't, and we're running out of time. If we find McDermott now, we have a chance to save Declan.
The United States government is not in the business of trading captives.
New York City, July 2010, referred to as the spy swap. Igor...
That's enough.
You can't just change the rules, sir.
And you just can't break them.
Someone with an axe to grind against the principal would. Maybe he's a surrogate for the tormentors in high school. He can't punish. Who were yours?
I don't even remember.
You don't even remember? Wait, were you one of the mean girls?
No.
Valedictorian, soccer scholarship, corn-fed, but still a size 0. I think that you might have been a mean girl.
I was actually one of the nice girls, even to guys like you.
Guys like me, I'll have you know that my social standing increased once I started winning at basketball.
Oh, yeah, you played basketball?
I didn't play. I coached basketball. I broke down the opposing team's shooting strategy.
Is that why Morgan kicked you out of the pool last week?
Yeah, it took him 3 rounds to realize I was hustling him.
Huh.
All right, feel free to call me if you have any other background questions. My phone number is 702-555-0103.
What's your name, sir?
It's Dr. Spencer Reid, R-E-I-D. A significant contributor to our sense of empathy is the way we personally experience pain.
And the NSUB didn't develop his sense of empathy because it was cut off. Does every person with asymbolia have this?
Actually, most feel empathy just fine, which makes me think the rest of our profile is still accurate. Loner, invisible, outcast, boiling race, son of a bitch! Hi, this is Dr. Spencer Reid. I actually can come to the phone right now with a very special message that your mother is
Reid.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. I don't know what got into me. Where were we?
I'm gonna have Garcia check the medical records. What causes asymbolia?
Severe trauma produces lesions in the insular cortex, usually after a stroke, but this unsub's so young, it's most likely caused by an external factor.
Like a bomb going off next to him?
Yeah, like a bomb going off next to him. I'll crush you.
What? What?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled musical selection with an important announcement. Never wage a practical joke war against an MIT graduate because we have a history of going nuclear. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the dulcet sounds of me screaming in your ear.
Okay, kid, that was cute. But that's all you got? Hey, baby. All right, Reid, it's on. Just know the paybacks are a bitch.
I assume you're not trick-or-treating either?
None of my treats seem to want to call me back, Rosie.
Then I'm buying dinner.
I'm in.
Excuse me, everybody, I have an announcement to make. As I'm sure some of you were aware, Henry was a little nervous about going trick-or-treating this year, but he's decided to go anyway.
Great. What changed his mind?
The BAU did. I told him that he should go out on Halloween and try to figure out which monsters are real and which ones are not.
So he wants to be a profiler.
Ah, he wants to be his favorite profiler.
Whoa! Yeah! Oh, wow! You look great, Henry. Put this on here.
Oh, he's official.
Yeah.
E equals MC squared.
Oh, there it is.
The monsters don't stand a chance.
Oh, I know. Should we go get some candy? Come on. Woohoo!
Watch your back, pretty boy.
The cool thing about Halloween is that it's a uniquely American holiday. I mean, despite its obvious origins in the Celtic festival of Samhain and the Christian All Saints' Day, it really is a melting pot of various immigrants' traditions and beliefs. It became a little more commercialized in the 1950s with trick-or-treat, and today it rivals only Christmas in terms of popularity.
All I asked was what he was doing this weekend.
You know, I'm toying with the notion of either going to the Edgar Allan Poe Shadow Puppet Theater or the reenactment of the 19th century Phantasmagoria.
I don't want to know.
Oh, yeah, you do. Phantasmagorias are these amazing pre-cinema projected ghost shows invented in France where the showman attempted to spook the audience using science magic. And it just so happens that I have an extra ticket. Tempting. Able to differentiate between two distinct voices, two authors. I found various idiosyncratic words, phrases, punctuation, and orthography within the blog entries consistent with each separate person. Words like soda and pop. One guy uses dashes while the other uses ellipses.
Where'd you find this kid? He was left in a basket on the steps of the FBI.
Think about who shares the exact DNA makeup of another person.
Reid, you're not seriously floating around the idea of an evil twin, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm floating the idea of an eviler twin. Traditionally, the concept is a good twin and an evil twin. But in this case, it's evil twin, eviler twin.
How many cops are there in LA?
City or county?
You actually know the answer.
I know both answers. We can use a 21-letter alphabet. This one's 24. Each letter is assigned a bit string of 5 binary digits. This combination yields 32 possible encodings. Normally, you'd use a computer to run all these combinations, but it was quicker just to do it longhand until I found the right one.
He's so lifelike.
Three cards, please.
3 cards for the lady, and I'm gonna take 1 card.
Ooh, 1 card. Straight or a flush, Dr. Reid? What are you trying to fill in?
Well, considering the odds of filling an open-ended straight with 1 card are 5 to 1 against, well, a 1 card flush draw is more like 4.5 to 1. I guess you'd say if I was smart, I'm drawn to a flush. I think I'm gonna go all in on this.
So, are you?
Am I drawn to a flush or am I smart?
Either.
Well, I'm provably a genius, but actually, I was drawn to a full house, 8s over 6s.
I always forget you're from Vegas.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, not so fast. I, too, have a boat. Jacks over 3s.
Wait, you drew 3 cards to a full house? That's like 100 to 1 against.
97 to 1. Looks like you're out.
I never lose.
Okay, so tell me, what does keep young Dr. Reid awake at night? Wait, let me guess. Memorizing some obscure textbook. No. Working on cold fusion. No, I got it. Watching Star Trek and laughing at the physics mistakes.
Actually, there aren't that many scientific errors in Star Trek, especially considering how long ago it was made. There are certain improbabilities, but not that many outright errors.
Right.
What is that?
It's called a star puzzle. It's basically impossible to figure out. You have to put all of the pieces back together to form a perfect star. But the origin of it is kind of a romantic tale. There was this young prince who wanted to win the heart of the fairest maiden in the land. So he climbed to the top of the tallest tower in the kingdom, and he caught a falling star for her. Unfortunately, he was so excited that he dropped it, and it smashed into all of these pieces. So he frantically put it back together again to prove his undying love to her, and he succeeded, and they lived happily ever after.
It doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
You can't catch a falling star. It would burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, but it's not literal, Reid. It's a fable.
But there's no moral. Fables have morals.
Okay, so it's just a romantic little story. And the point is, it's basically impossible to do because you have to take all of those pieces and fit them together exactly. There's a lot to hate about you, Dr. Reid.
I'll be right back. Do not cheat.
In the middle, gawking at passing women would certainly attract attention, like you're doing now.
What's that?
Just like that. IQ of 187 is slashed to 60. Why you acting so weird?
We're sitting with a guy who knows that there are 800 kernels of corn on the average cob.
Arranged in 16 separate rows.
And you're calling me weird?
Did you know that experts credit Confucius with the advent of the chopstick? He equated knives with acts of aggression.
You don't know how to use them, do you?
It's like trying to forage for dinner with a pair of number 2 pencils.
I don't even know if it's a man or a woman.
It's a man. Male pelvis is more narrow, and the opening at the bottom is heart-shaped as opposed to oval. Melted wax?
Candle wax?
Candles are used in rituals.
Also used on birthday cakes.
Actually, they were originally used to protect the birthday celebrant from demons for the coming year. As a matter of fact, down to the 4th century, Christianity rejected the birthday celebration as a pagan ritual.
What kind of doctor are you?
Which reminds me that I have a joke. How many existentialists does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2. 1 to change the light bulb, and 1 to observe how it symbolizes an incandescent beacon of subjectivity in another world of cosmic nothingness. An existentialist.
Okay, before he does his quantum physics knock-knock joke.
Samuel,
Yes?
tell the men from the FBI who the Gahe are.
The Gahe are mighty spirits who dwell in desert caves.
Reid, is your name Samuel?
Sorry. I'd like to get a map of the borough. I want to do a comprehensive geographical profile of the area in order to ascertain the unsub's mental map before it's clouded by our own linkage blindness.
See, you brought your own computer.
Looks like it's password protected, so you might not even be able to. You're in already, aren't you?
Password was Cullen.
Of course.
Colon?
Cullen, the vampire family from Twilight.
What's Twilight?
Did you ever read anything other than technical books?
Not much in English.
Okay, I'll see what I can dredge. My love is strong.
Okay, thanks. How's the profile coming?
Oh, no, I never really feel ready, you know?
It'll be fine. I am gonna go talk to Tara's BFF before the meter requests come in and it gets too crazy.
What's a BFF?
Best friend forever.
My name is Death. Have you not heard of me? May as well be mute.
Creepy, huh?
Actually, conversations between Death and his victims was a fairly popular literary and artistic theme throughout the Renaissance. Yeah, creepy. A popular theory among leading astrophysicists estimate that the hypermatter reactor would need about 10 to the 32nd joules of energy to destroy a planet the size of Earth. Now, Lucas said it took 19 years to build the first Death Star, right? But if you look at the new essential chronology, there's a testbed prototype for a super laser that spans... Where are you going?
Taking back the last 5 minutes of my life.
You're not enjoying this, are you?
I like a good paper trail. I find it meditative.
Is it really that hard for you to be normal just one time?
What do you think of Ryan?
He hasn't changed much.
I think we could learn a lot from him.
What could you possibly learn that you don't already know?
Hey, did you know that Carlo Lorenzini, the guy that wrote Pinocchio, was said to be obsessed with the human nose? As a matter of fact, Pinocchio wasn't even the first character.
Interesting. Coffee?
I'm all right. Thank you, though, for asking.
Okay, that's from a poem, The Parliament of...
Fowls! Yeah. Chaucer. My mom used to read me that. It's widely considered as the first Valentine's poem.
Your mom read you Valentine's poems? Hello, therapy.
I used this specific quote
In your
my
book on page 184. I read it on the plane.
And you remember the page number of the quote?
Don't ask.
Put him to you.
Guy was huge. Seriously.
You should start working out.
Well, you got jokes now.
He's a hero.
The exact same thing happened with the Getz New York subway shooting in the early 80s.
You weren't even born.
I read a lot.
Just leave it alone until I get there. Hey, hard head. Don't make me spank you when I get back.
Don't listen to him, Garcia. He's all talk. Ah! JJ, he just hit me.
Boys, behave, or I will ground you both.
Since you're more their age, why don't you do the talking?
Hi, guys. My name's Dr. Spencer Reid. I'm a agent with the BAU, Behavioral Analysis Unit of the FBI, which it used to be called the BSU, the Behavioral Science Unit, but
Not anymore. They changed it to the BAU. It's part of the NCABC, the National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime, which is also part of this thing called the CIRG, the Critical Incident Response Group. And
what he's trying to say is we'd love to know how you can help us. SSA David Rossi, this is SSA Emily Prentice.
Sir.
SSA Derek Morgan.
It's an honor, Agent Rossi.
Please, just Dave.
And Dr. Spencer Reid.
Sir, if I could talk to you later about your work with Scarsdale Skinner, psycholinguistics is an incredibly dynamic field, and the fact that your profile of his reading habits ultimately led to his capture is something I find so incredibly interesting.
Reid, slow down. He'll be here for a while. Catch up with him later.
Sorry.
Garcia and Kevin sitting in tree.
Get out of here. You serious?
Oh, just when I thought nothing scandalous was ever going to happen around here.
What? What does that mean?
Didn't you hear JJ?
The song meant something? No, I missed it.
It... You know what? Never mind.
What? Statistically, 94% of all serial arsonists are male, 75% are white, and few, if any, are ever caught.
Few? You don't have a percentage?
16%, and those 16% set 30-plus fires before they're ever apprehended. I'm trying to be more conversational.
Oh, it's not working.
Should have listened to me.
It wouldn't have saved that much time, Reid. Let it go.
The interchange between the 405 and the 101 freeways is consistently rated the worst interchange in the entire world.
Why do you know that?
It's a government report.
So what?
So you work for the government. What, you don't read the reports?
On traffic patterns in the city 2,500 miles from where I live.
2,295 miles.
Don't make me smack you in front of all these people.
You really think this is only one guy, huh? The level of overkill suggests an unsub in a psychotic break. Multiple unsubs in violent psychotic breaks operating in the exact same location is exceedingly unlikely.
Yeah, it's probably one guy. And there's no secure parking.
I rode a bike when I was in college.
That's because you weren't old enough to drive, Einstein.
I could drive, it's just the government wouldn't issue me a license until I was 14. Can you get in there?
I'll meet you guys up there.
Don't do that.
What is it moving?
I don't know. Don't stop it. Don't.
What? What's the problem?
Don't do that.
Why not?
Because there are 6 elevator-related deaths per year, not to mention 10,000 injuries that require hospitalization. Chill out.
That sounds like pretty good odds to me. What are you scared, Reid? You're scared?
I'm not scared. I don't want to be in an elevator with you, to be honest.
What's that? What's that? Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Hit the... Yeah. Push it! It's not a...
Push, pull. I'm doing it. Nothing's happening.
Pry the door open. Just... Yeah.
It's stuck, man. No, not today. No, not today.
Hodge! Hodge!
Is that the alarm? You guys okay?
I'll get back to you on that.
What connects the victims? I was staring at pictures of the victims, and I knew there was a pattern connecting them, but I couldn't tell what it was until I broke it down mathematically. Why are we so drawn to celebrity faces? Because there's a symmetry to their beauty. The eyes, the ears, the ratio of the forehead to the chin. The more balanced they are, the more appealing they are to our eye.
These women aren't celebrities, though.
No, but there are similarities between them, and it wasn't until I scanned their pictures and got it to the guys at Quantico that I got a full breakdown. All right, strip away eye color, hair color, and skin tone, and what are we left with geometrically?
We're all slightly dystopic. The left eye is slightly lower than the right eye on all the victims.
All the noses narrow.
The forehead has the same ridge.
He might not even be aware that he sees it in them. There have been studies that suggest that we pick our spouses subconsciously based on a facial symmetry that we recognize.
So consciously or unconsciously, when he recognizes it, he has to destroy it.
Which means he only has interest in the bodies as they relate back to him.
Maybe they're a reflection. Remember what he did at the end of the video?
You wiped the tear away.
Another act of compassion he's not capable of. His narcissism prevents him from that.
In the Greek myth, Narcissus was so self-absorbed that he fell in love with his own reflection in the water.
Exactly. He finds women with the same face, he strangles them, and then stares at them after they've died. But whose image does he really see?
His own.
Spence, look, we gotta talk about this.
What do we talk about?
I get it, okay? You're disappointed with the way we handled Emily.
Let's have a lot going on, all right?
You know what I think it is?
What?
You're mad that Hotch and I controlled our micro-expressions at the hospital, and you weren't able to detect our deception.
You think this is about my profiling skills? Jennifer, listen, the only reason you were able to manage my perceptions is because I trusted you. I came to your house for 10 weeks in a row crying over losing a friend, and not once did you have the decency to tell me the truth.
I couldn't.
You couldn't? Or you wouldn't?
No, I couldn't.
What if I started taking Delighted again? Would you have let me?
You didn't.
Never thought about it.
Spence. I'm sorry.
It's too late, all right?
Reid.
And that is the whole kit and caboodle on each of your 64 suspects. Nothing really stands out. They're all pretty plain.
That's pretty much the main issue we're gonna have here.
Yeah, vanilla doesn't make your job any easier.
No, it does not.
So, how's it going with the agent whose father was a, you know?
How'd you know that?
I might have looked into someone's hidden background. What? I am not gonna let some strange new person travel with my family and not find out who they are.
I don't know, she seems fine.
What is that in your voice?
What's what in my voice?
Oh my god, you think she's pretty?
What? I never said that.
Oh, you totally do. PG out, lover boy.